to study in the International School of Agricultural Sciences has really been an incredible opportunity for me and one of the best things that I could do for my future.
I'm really happy that I took this decision to come here to learn agriculture, because here we learned from feeling the soil till the most advanced agricultural techniques present till now.
One thing I love most about my own research is that I work directly with the farmers. So I go to their field, I discover the problem, I bring it back to the lab, I study it, I find a way to solve it, I present it to the farmer, they like it, they adopt it. So we go to the field, we try it, we see the outcome, and then we report it in science.
The research is going to help farmers increase the productivity, that is the yield production, because of developing new varieties which are maybe have a lot of roots and they can withstand harsh climate conditions like in drought-based areas. That is talking about where I come from in Kenya.
One of the tools that I've gotten here is really the hands-on experience in the farm, growing my own food under experts who know exactly what they're doing. And that experience has really given me the knowledge on how to produce my own food, farm to table, and sustainable agriculture.
What surprised me really is that you don't have water enough, and how you develop agriculture. It is amazing.
We have managed to interact with people from Jamaica. We are exchanging ideas. People from Jamaica, the USA. I get to know about their culture and they get to learn how we do things, and it's really exchanging a lot of ideas, and it's a wonderful experience.
There is the open door. You can always walk into the professor if you feel like there is something maybe you're not comfortable with. They're always there, ready to listen, ready to encourage you.
They solved the smallest problem we had to the biggest problem we had, so it was really helpful, and they were always so welcoming.
The multicultural experience in the school is amazing. You know, you have people from Ecuador, from Germany, from Kenya, from Ethiopia in the same country.
Coming from California, where nutrition really is on the forefront of most people's minds and daily lives, this one-year opportunity was amazing to develop these tools and knowledge. When I found this program at the Hebrew University of all places, which is a world-ranked university, and in Israel this nutrition program is the best of the best and really chases after the newest information. It was just an amazing opportunity for me. It really ignited a fire and excitement within me and a passion, and you know, I felt this passion throughout the entire year, and I absolutely loved it.
When you're part of the international school, many doors are open to you. Like, you can do a PhD, but you can also work in a company. You can also apply what you learn here. This is an amazing opportunity.
My experience with the international students has been amazing, really above and beyond what I expected. And I'm really looking forward to having more of these students in the lab.
The international program is a meeting place for students from all over the world, some with more experience in agriculture and some with more academic experience. Together with the facilities given in the faculty by our professors in our labs, we work together, each one giving their own spices and ideas to make something together, which is basically to help feed the world.
Good day and welcome everybody to our open day. It's the open day of the Faculty of Agriculture, Food and Environment of the Hebrew University. My name is Aliza Fleischer. I'm the Vice Dean for International Affairs. Together with us is Professor Benny Hefetz. Benny, say hi.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, he's the Dean of our faculty. And we have also Professor Saul Boardman. He is the Vice Dean for Academic Affairs. Presenting together with us are also Nurit and Anat. You can write to them in chat as we talk. Basically, most of the time, me and Saul and Professor Saul Boardman will be talking. But then if you have questions as we talk, you can always write and Nurit and Anat will answer you in chat. They will also write their email in case if you have any further questions, you can write to them. So I will start with our presentation and let's go. Okay, so this is a picture of our campus. We are part of the Hebrew University. We are a faculty part, one campus of the Hebrew University. I'll give a very, very short details, just flavor about the Hebrew University. It was founded in 1918. One of the founders is Albert Einstein, which you all probably heard of. We are considered top world 100 most innovative universities. We are related to 8 Nobel Prizes. We have 6 campuses. Most of the campuses are in Jerusalem. Our campus is about 45 minutes from Jerusalem, the Faculty of Agriculture campus. We have about 1,000 faculty members in the university, about 25 students, and 10% of our students at all university as are international students from 90 countries, okay, 90 countries. Our faculty was established in 1942. It started as an experimental station. We started with 21 students. Today, we have about over 2,000 students, about 2,500 students. I think we are large enough to make an impact, but we still maintain the small and the nice attribute of being small. So we have all the time interpersonal relationship between the scientists, the researchers, and the students. We work together, as you heard, some of you heard in the short clip that we had before. So that's us. We have about 4 institutes, Plant Science Institute, Institute of Biochemistry and Food Science, Animal Science and the Vet School, and Institute for Environmental Science. Within each institute, we have different programs, which Professor Saul Boardman will tell you later what are the programs within these institutes. The reason we have those institutes, as you can see, these are the world challenges, but they are also our challenges. It's alleviate world hunger and thirst, increase agricultural productivity. And this is hard enough, and those are very difficult challenges, but doing all of this without harming the environment, it makes it even more difficult. And what we have, as you can see, marked and written all over, and the type of research and teaching that we do is sustainability is very important for us. So it's increased food production and making nutritious food and doing all of this without harming the environment. That's what we do, and that's the answers we hope to give the world. I'll give you some flavor, just a few cherries that I found to give you a flavor of what our achievements are, what kind of achievements were based on the research that was conducted in our campus. Cherry tomatoes that you eat, it's based on our research. Drip irrigation, which is so important, the water is so precious. This is really saving water. This was invented based on the research done in our campus. And now we are talking about vegan food, moving from eating meat to eating vegetables. And what we have now recently, it's a spin-off from research that we established a company, Savory, that we actually have 3D food printing. And what we print, the hamburgers that you see here are vegan hamburgers. This is not meat, but they taste wonderful. We have here some research done on genetic treatment for day blindness. We started with sheep, but now we are shifting to human. We can apply it also to people. And of course, the environment, I'm giving you just one thing. We have so much plastic in the world. We don't know what to do with it. So one of our labs here is trying to invent biodegradable gas containing capsules. So when you see all those bubble wrap from plastic, what we will have is something that will be biodegradable and won't contaminate the world. So what I will give you here is a short description of mainly our master's program, but those of you who want to go on to a PhD, you're welcome also. We have two types of track. We have 1 year non-thesis track and 2 year thesis track. So I will transfer now and let Saul Boardman to continue. He will describe the 2 year thesis track, and then I'll get back to you and I'll tell you all about our 1 year non-thesis track. Professor Saul Boardman, I will change the slides, okay? So we want to transfer, if we want to transfer. Okay, Saul.
Okay, thank you, Aliza. And yes, my name is Saul Boardman. As Aliza said, I'm Vice Dean for Academic Affairs of our faculty. Aliza, when I'm ready, I will tell you when to move to the next slide. No, put one back. So, before being Vice Dean for Academic Affairs, I am a scientist and a teacher at our faculty. I am a member of the Institute of Environmental Sciences. And yes, this faculty, as being part of the Hebrew University, is a research and teaching institute, and both activities are linked together. And the common thing between these activities is our vision, which is feeding the world while keeping the planet green. And this is completely reflected in the name of our faculty, which contains the names agriculture, food, okay? So feeding the world, but environment to keep the planet green. So Aliza, can you, next one? Next slide, please. So we have a big variety of master programs, and as Aliza said, I will be referring to 2 year thesis track programs, which are these are study programs that involve both teaching, okay, participating in courses, but also carrying a research in a laboratory of our faculty. We have 11 such programs, which you can see the names here. I prefer to, in the next slide, to name these programs, to refer to these programs in the next slide, please, Aliza. Because here, and you can, because here you can see the link between the programs and the different institutes of our faculty. As for example, you can see we have 4 master programs that are associated to the Institute of Plant Science. So we have a program in horticulture, we have a program in field and vegetable crops, we have a general program in plant science and agriculture, and also in genetics and breeding. These are 4 different programs of the Institute of Plant Science. If you go here to the right, we have the Institute of Biochemistry and food science and nutrition, and we have a master program in biochemistry, food science and nutrition. Then we have a program which is associated to the Institute of, to the Department of Animal Science and the School of Veterinary, which is a program in animal and veterinary sciences. And then we can move here to the left, which we have the Institute of Environmental Sciences, that have 4 different departments, and each department provide a different program. You can see a program in soil and water sciences, a program in agroecology and plant health, a program in environmental quality and natural resources in agriculture, and also a program in environmental economy and management. And in addition to these programs, we have another program, which is a program of biotechnology, which is an interfaculty program, which it's attended by different students from the university, also from the Faculty of Medicine and the Faculty of Natural Science, which are in Jerusalem. Okay, next slide. And of course, if you have questions, you can ask in the chat and or in the last session that we will have after this presentation. But here I address you to our webpage. That you can see, I see that Anat put the link to this page in the chat, so you can copy and then you can have access to it easily. If not, you can just Google Faculty of Agriculture and go to study and master. And then you can see here the different programs that we have. Next, enter, Lisa. these are the programs that I mentioned before, and you can go to one program, for example, agroecology and plant health, and this will direct you to the web page of this program, when you can have all the information, information about the program, contact details, who are the head of the program and who are the secretary of this program, admission requirements, and also information about tuition, scholarships. And from here, also you can access to the departments that are, and the institutes that are associated with this program, and also to the web page of the different scientists, the different researchers, which are the potential supervisor. And this is very important, and I will emphasize this in the next slides. So here is some, you can, again, in these pages, you can find more detailed information about admission requirements, but to make it simple here in this presentation, so the admission requirements are, of course, you need to have a undergraduate degree in a relevant field that depending on the program that you are applying to. But in general, can be from agricultural science, nutrition, biology, economy also for the program in environmental economy. And for some cases also, even from the fields of physics and mathematics and computer science, because we have a very important programs in agroinformatics here. You will need a minimal final grade of 80 or equivalent according to your institutes, and a certificate of English proficiency. But not less important, you need to have to enroll in the 2-year thesis track program, you need to have a secured thesis supervisor, meaning a scientist from our faculty that will be willing to supervise it. This is really important because for most programs, except for environmental economy, a supervisor is required. Next slide. So we have available scholarships for our students. In general, students that are enrolled in the 2-year thesis track and are devoted full-time to their research, they are generally exempted from tuition for 2 years, and they also receive a minimum scholarship of about $1,000 per month for the duration for the 2 years of the studies. This is the minimal scholarships. In some cases, it can be higher than this. Next slide. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So here I would like we have one of our international students here, and Alex Geller, that joined us in 2018. Little bit more than 2 years ago as a master's student. And in fact, he is now in the PhD track. We have the possibility for excellent master's students to go through they can finish their master and even continue to the PhD, a PhD degree, but we have also a direct track to PhD research after 1.5 years or 2 years in the master. So students that are eligible to this program, they can, without submitting the master thesis, they can go directly to the direct track. And Alex is a student that I know very well because he's from our institute, Institute of Environmental Sciences. He came from New Jersey, the USA. And I had the opportunity to see a presentation of Alex in an international meeting in Glasgow. It was excellent.
Hi, everyone. I'm Alex. So as Professor Bergman said, I'm coming from the United States, from New Jersey. And it's also, by the way, very cool to see how many different countries are represented here just in this meeting. I see in the comments people are writing from India, from Nepal, from Ethiopia, from Uganda. I see a bunch of Spanish speakers, and that's really cool because I think that sort of represents also the variety of people that we have in the faculty. Like in our lab itself, we had people from Panama and from Jersey, and like I said, I'm from the United States, along with other people from the United States. So it's a nice melting pot here. The one thing I really want to highlight is that it's a very fun and relaxed environment for studies. You wouldn't believe how beautiful the campus really is. And a lot of the time we like to have lunch outside. There's a lot of, it's a very much so a farm environment. So people who are coming from agriculture will feel right at home in the sense that there's a lot of green, a lot of trees. We have a lot of also products that are created on campus. Like so there is a faculty for people who are studying bees. And so they produce honey and then they sell the honey every once in a while. So it's actually really nice to really feel like you're having some of the products that are, you know, the literal fruits of the labor of the people who are studying. The people are extremely nice. My lab members and the folks in my department, it's really, we laugh a lot. We have a lot of fun while we're getting our work done. And it's a super collaborative environment. Like a lot of people, it's not competitive. It's not people trying to stab each other in the back. It's really people who are trying to achieve something together and everyone sort of helps each other. So if we have any problem, we go to another lab to get help with a method or materials or something like that. And it's really, really nice. The professors and administrators are also quite supportive and helpful, like in terms of, you know, when I first got to Israel, my Hebrew wasn't very good. And I imagine that a lot of people's Hebrew also for the international program wouldn't be up to par necessarily. And the professors and administrators really helped with any of the bureaucratic problems that involved Hebrew. They really helped with even little things that weren't connected to school. So everyone was just very willing to help. I personally live in Tel Aviv, which is sort of a world-class city, 30 minutes away from the campus by train. And the train station is right next to campus if you're interested in that. But I know a lot of people who live on campus and it's, again, like I said, a very nice sort of rural rustic environment. And on a sort of personal note, the food is absolutely fantastic in Rehovot. There's, I think it's worth to try to come to be at the university to have the hummus alone. If you haven't had it, it's delicious from Badra, this restaurant. There's also Neapolitan pizza, which is really fantastic right by the campus. And so this for me was enough. I'm a big food person. So this for me is enough of a motivation also to continue. So basically, I hope that to see you, you know, apply and get in and sort of join me and we can have a slice of pizza together or whatever in Rehovot. And yeah, if you have any questions, I'm also happy to answer them at some point, maybe later at the end of the presentation. And I highly recommend applying and coming to study here. It's a very interesting and fun place.
Okay, thank you very much, Alex. One thing that I didn't mention that otherwise maybe we will not be, I will not be in this session is that all courses of the 2 years a master track are in English. Okay, so you don't need to study Hebrew before you enroll to our university. So yeah, so you knew Alex. So we have many students, international students that finished their studies here in our faculty, and our students, our alumni are also they successfully integrate into very good jobs in the academia and the industry. And you can see here one example of Danny Ginsburg, also from the USA, that he completed his master in plant science in 2017. And for example, we know he's now as a scientist in Stanford University. And here he could not join this meeting, but here is he shared his advice with us. So with that, I will, again, very, very nice to meet you all here. As Alex said, very nice to see people from many, many places. And I'll return to Aliza that she will talk now about the 1-year non-thesis track program. Aliza.
Okay, yeah, thank you, Saul. Okay, so that was what Saul gave you is the description of the 2-year thesis track. What I'll give you, it's a short description of the option that you have for 1-year non-thesis track. We have, and that's a 1-year non-thesis track is giving within the faculty where we have what we call international school, but it's a part of the faculty, just those specific programs belong to the international school, but it's a completely part of our program of the faculty. We have 4 such programs. They alternate, 2 every other year. Next year, the October of 2021, we will be giving animal science, Masters in Animal Science and Master in Nutrition. It's 1 year non-thesis track. And the year after, we'll open the Environmental Science and the Plant Science program. Right now on our campus, we have the Plant Science program. So and those are the programs. I'm just going I won't give you all the details. If you need any more details, you can write to Nurit, you can go into our website, you can read about everything we teach in those programs. But what's important is the last 2 lines that you see here. Tuition is $10,500 for the whole program, and there are scholarships available. So this is for the nutrition, and the same for the animal science program. This is the tuition, and we have scholarships available. So that's are the 2 programs that will open in 2021. And then you ask yourself why to study in the international school and why to study this 1 year master's non-thesis track program. So you get in 1 year, some people don't want to study for 2 years. They want to finish they get the master's degree and they don't care to continue for research. And within 1 year, they finish the graduate and they get a master's degree. You also get to meet and know all the people on our campus. You visit the labs, you meet, you gain knowledge from all our experts that are on our campus. But the most important things, as you noticed when Professor Saul Boardman was talking, he said that in order to start the thesis track, you have to secure a supervisor. I mean, you have to make sure you have a scientist that accepts you to the lab, and then you get a full scholarship, and you come and you're covered and you worked in the lab of that scientist. In case you couldn't find a scientist, you couldn't find a lab, you couldn't secure yourself an advisor, you can start with this non-thesis track. Study for the first year in the non-thesis track. And while you're studying, you get to meet the scientists. You go into the lab because part of the exercise you do in the lab. The scientists are the lecturers. They are the one who teach you. And most of the students in this non-thesis track continue on for the second year for thesis track. The first year gave them the opportunity to meet our scientists, work in the lab, and secure an advisor so they can continue for the second year. So it's about 80% of the students that started non-thesis track continue to thesis track, and the good ones continue even to the doctorate. And of course, you benefit from the supportive academic environment where we have all around us in the campus. I would like to ask for Adriana Vanegas from Nicaragua. Adriana started on the non-thesis track last year. She graduated and she stayed on, and now she is going for a thesis track. Adriana, tell us about your experience.
Hi, everyone. I'm glad to see a lot of people from Latin America here. I'm Adriana Vanegas. I'm from Nicaragua in Central America. And now I'm in my second year doing my thesis project at Volcani Institute. And I'm glad to talk about a little bit my experience here. Personally, this international program helped me in different ways, not just academically, but it also helped me to grow enormously in my personal life. Last year, the first year was a very challenging year, and not only because the academic load, but also with COVID situation that hit us. And we felt like so much pressure, but all that helped me to be stronger mentally and spiritually. So that was good too. And as Alex said before, also we have here a nice atmosphere, a nice environment, agricultural environment, we are willing to know new cultures. Personally, I love to be around new people because you learn a lot from them, from others too. And here, everyone is willing to help you. Regarding the academic part, you will find a high-level program. Each professor is committed to help you and to allow you to be a good professional in your field. Most professors look forward to work with international students, and they are welcoming and show interest in what you have as ideas to bring to the table. They don't expect you to know everything, but they are willing to teach you and explain you as much as you need. They are accessible to you. And I can say that a special knowledge I'm acquired here is to go deep into the information, to be more critical with the information you see everywhere. Also, we have a really good experience in laboratory, in new methods and techniques that are highly qualified. So actually, it has been a very unique experience to study here. I have the opportunity to learn with amazing professors that compile for us the newest material in researches, also make new friends and interchange with them our culture. And of course, having the opportunity to be immersed in the Middle East world. So I encourage you to challenge yourself and take into account Hebrew University as your way to grow in many areas of your life. So thank you for listening, and I wish the best for your future.
Thank you, Adriana. And you stay with us with Alex in case people have some questions. We soon have the session of question and answer. And also to give you again a flavor of our alumni, we have here Adele Shabot from Mexico. We saw we had lots of people from Mexico here. She graduated our program, and she was recruited for a very prestigious internship position at the nutrition division of the UN World Food Program in Rome, Italy. And she's a head of knowledge management in a Mexican Society for Porphyria. So this is example of where our alumni can get to, but we have much more in our website, which you can look. What do you gain besides the knowledge, besides the expertise, besides being exposed to the top world science? You get to here, you receive international atmosphere, social and cultural activities. We have weekend programs, field trips, we have student support, on-campus housing. All this is what we give here. And you get some idea what's going on. We celebrated here. This is Christmas. We have here like the local Halloween, and that's our campus. You see, that's the grass. We have a goat farm here. So you see, that's the goat farm. That's our students. So it seems like they're having a good time. And because we know you have lots of questions about the pandemic, that's our last slide. So you will know, we are answering you before you ask questions. We are thinking about bimodal delivery in fall semester. That means Zoom and actually in campus. On the campus, we give continuous support for mobility, travel, visa. We have quarantine support. We have campus health safety regulation, COVID-19 testing station on each campus, social programming. We have 24/7 emergency support. And just to let you know that all our students got vaccinated. Yeah, so this is we know that those are the questions that you were thinking about. So these are the answers. And now we are to the question and answer session. So if you have any further questions, you can contact us. That's the email.
Hi everybody. My name is Benny. I'm the Dean of the Faculty of Agriculture, Food and Environment. It's really great pleasure to see all of you here, and it's really exciting session. I just want to say a couple of sentences to highlight why I think that you should choose the Hebrew University of Jerusalem as the platform for advanced studies. And I would say only 3 words about that. Entrepreneurship, innovation, thinking out of the box. If you are planning to conduct innovative studies, to think about new ideas, that's the place. Come here and advance your knowledge and help us to help everybody else that the planet will be in a good shape in the future. We will help you to achieve that task. It's not an easy one, but it's achievable and we can do that together. Come to Rehovot. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Benny.
Alisa, I want to mention something because there is a question that was made by several participants. First, I see one question now. We are the only faculty of agriculture in Israel, okay? It's the only faculty of agriculture. We have in Israel about 7 universities, but we are the only one that provide programs in agriculture. Now, regarding the thesis track master program, because there were several questions about scholarships. And yes, it's very important before you start contacting people about the admission requirements and so on. First, if you finish your undergraduate degree, if you completed your undergraduate degree and have a good grades, I mean, an average of 80 or something similar in your, according to the scale of grades in your country. And then I would say that the best thing is to start. I mean, we provided the website of our different programs from where you can access also the different department and institute researches. Because a very important thing is that for the thesis track program, you have to have a secured supervisor. So it's I really advise you to go and check the different web page of the scientists, and then you can see which topics they are investigating in the different fields and to see what is more interesting for you. And they start by applying to them, by contacting them, but show them that you really did your lessons, that you, I mean, don't just, I mean, a very typical thing is to write like 100 emails to 100 researchers and all look the same. It's not good. I mean, try to show to these scientists that you really learn about what they read in their webpage and you are really interested in this topic. And this will be a very important step in order to gain the scientist's interest. Because once, and then of course you establish this contact and the supervisor is interested to supervise you, and then the process can continue. Of course, there is a registration process, but as I mentioned in my part of the presentation, once you are accepted, if you have, I mean, if you have stand on the admission requirements, in most cases we have a tuition. Tuition is free, and also there are these scholarships that I mentioned before. Sometimes the scholarship is paid by the budget of the researcher that will be supervising you. Sometimes also by some other fellowships available. But again, this is the first step. The first step for the thesis track program is to try to find a supervisor. Okay.
Thank you, and I hope to see you all here in the Middle East next year.